University Alliance Cup featuring Wild Rift, and this is going to be game two of this best of five semifinal series between Central Philippine University's Golden Lions versus University of Santo Tomas's Teletigers Esports Club. And we're going to be your shoutcasters for this one. I'm going to be Hyron, and with me is for Zerk. And we just got back from a decisive lead here from Golden Lions, led by the experience of Soul. They brought him out for the series, and it's going to be exciting to see how Teletigers lashes out from that.
Right, and not just Soul Wisdom was like we've seen. Wow, he was exceptional on that Camille. Combine a player's prowess, pair that with a really strong meta pick such as Camille. That's what happens, you know. So I feel like the Teletigers have to consider the possible Camille ban. You know,
Mm-hmm.
coming out after what happened there in game one, but still, Teletigers. You know, they are the underdogs. They are the third seeds.
Undercats.
Undercats. Both of them are cats.
Yeah.
One Lions, one Tigers. So you know, they can claw their way back.
Mhm.
We'll see. You know, it's a best of five again. The dynamic is different. It's not a do or die sort of
Mhm.
situation. Just one game. So I'm looking forward to what sort of calibrations they're gonna make in terms of the draft. There,
Mhm.
I feel like the Twisted Fate could have been used a bit better, you know.
Mhm.
I feel like they kinda set themselves up for a tough game to win during that first dragon fight, you know, coming in one by one, jumping in one by one, while the Golden Lions they just had to go front to back. I still remember using just front to
Mhm.
backing or something
Yeah.
like that. But
Yeah.
you know, so
Because they had Toge, and Toge pretty much is like a wall, right? You can't get past Toge because he actually is really painful when he has that Sunfire, when he has the Judgment up. So really, really tough here for the Teletigers. But once again, they can claw their way back here. They have a lot of potential, but even if they ban out the Camille, they leave open a lot of stuff here. And I think here, are they gonna choose red side once again? I mean, red side does have a lot of power, especially in the system where there's only two bans, which means if they don't, you can flex really hard. Like in the group stage, what I really liked was if they could flex Akali Camille. That's something that I really like on red side. But if they choose to remain in red side, they're gonna have to make full use of that kind of privilege that they have, where sure they give up first priority, but they can pick up two power picks for themselves, or two power picks for themselves if it's left open.
yep. So right now, we actually have word that UST opted to change one of their bans. Last game, they banned Ziggs and Galio. And
Mhm.
right now, they opted to ban Ziggs and
Camille,
Camille.
as you
So
said, yeah.
yeah, so Galio is going to be left open for this second game, and I will have to see if that's gonna get first picked by the CPU side because we know that they can flex Galio. So that's also very potent, by the way. Flexing Galio, it can
Mhm.
either stay mid, building that full AP, really hard to deal with.
Painful winds of war,
Yeah,
yeah.
but something to consider is there's no Camille. So,
Mhm.
there's only one more pairing that's extremely good with the Galio, I would say, and that's the Vi. Because whatever happens, that person who gets assault and battery is gonna
It's
get
gonna
locked
get,
down,
yeah,
and unless there's
lockdown.
a stasis. So,
Mhm.
we'll have to see on that point. So, Teletigers with this change in one of their bands, we'll have to see what sort of
Mhm.
drafting they're gonna show us.
Yeah, the Camille might be very potent. The Camille ban against Wisdomus might be potent, but Wisdomus is like everyone on like the top half or the barren half of the map for CPU is has pretty diverse champion pools, right? Like Baron Lane Toge, like I said, very versatile. Wisdomus, even if you ban out the Camille, if the Rengar is open, he can also pick up the Lee Sin, the Jarvan sometimes, but that's when his like other best picks are banned pretty much. And Wei Zhao as well is super versatile, can pick up that Galio as well. He likes playing that as well as a Diana if it's left open here. So there's a lot of powerful picks that are actually open here. And blue side, and whatever Golden Lions picks up blue side, Teletigers could actually try and pick something. Oh, so they've side switched. They've side switched here. So it's going to be golden. It's going to be Golden Lions on red side here with Teletigers on blue side, and Teletigers picks up the Galio first pick.
So again,
Yeah,
that is a flex pick, but Teletigers are not going to be outdone when it comes to flex picks. Gragas is a
Mhm.
three-way, if not a
Oh man,
four-way
yeah.
flex pick. So that's one. And another flex pick, by the way, is Corki that can do
Corky.
both in mid or Dragon
Hmm.
Lane carry position. So I think these are really good pickups from the gold. No, yeah, from the Golden Lions. And
Hmm.
to answer that, Teletigers they actually
Jarvan.
uh, get the Jarvan pairing with Galio. I'm more of a fan of Avai, but
Hmm.
this can also work, especially against targets who do not have any dash and who do not have any flash. So let's see if they can capitalize on this. And Lulu's, just throw
It's
that in
very
there for
reliable.
the reliability, like you said.
Mhm. But yeah, Jarvan. But they are picking up the Corki here, which means that they do have that dash at least for one of their VIPs for Teletigers. Meanwhile, the Oriana, a little bit of an easier target, but I don't think Oriana minds too much. As long as she's able to get that really good
Ooh,
shockwave out. Yasuo. Okay, so the previous Yasuo we've seen in UAC comes from Hokage here, but with Golden Lions, they have the knockups to support this kind of Yasuo in the Baron lane here, or could go for the Baron lane. It is possible that we might see it in Lazuli's hands, but I do think Galio is more Lazuli style than Yasuo. But yeah, it seems like that's going to be what's happening here as well. So against the Garen here, the silence could be very potent against the Yasuo. Prevent an escape, prevent the burst of damage from the Steel Wind, Steel Tempest rather. So this is gonna be tough. But the Xin Zhao, okay, I like the Xin Zhao. If you've seen the patch notes for 2.3, Xin Zhao is a little bit more reminiscent of his League PC kind of potency, right? So super excited to see this Xin Zhao in the hands of Wisdomus.
yeah, extended range when it comes to skills, I
Hmm.
think, is the most important
Hmm.
aspect of the buffs to this champion. So I'm very excited to see this because Xin Zhao, it's like I kind of like to think of it as a both someone with CC and engage, but still has that ultimate which can kind of serve
Hmm.
as a pseudo monsoon from Ajana because it does separate like everyone
Yeah,
based on a central point.
actually, it's
So
other than being a monsoon, it's also very much like Hextech Ultimatum, right? You
right, right.
go in, and everyone except the one you challenge, which is probably the guy that the Audacious charge, is gonna get pushed away. So it acts a bit like the Hextech Ultimatum.
True.
There's a lot less mobility, or rather, there's a lot less safety because you can't hook shot out. But if they're the ones going in, they can very much deliver the ball quite well, or and have that ulti just for a panic button. But they can also just isolate someone straight up, and that is very very potent. Can even push chaos away if he goes for the cataclysm.
Definitely right you are there as we see a bit of some trading here in the mid lane. Dux right here is very low on HP, surprisingly. Right here. I don't
Oh,
think
he's
they
not
want
actually
to
gonna
go
take
for
him
these
out. Jody is
trades.
gonna go
Oh
for the
my.
flash. Oh, the heal just enough to save them, but Ignite is still ticking through, trying to get that little bit of healing out there, but that's going to be very, very close there for the Teletigers, but or rather for Golden Lions, but that does give up a lot of time here in the Dragon Lane.
Yeah, and that's giving up priority for the bottom lane scuttle as well. And I think they know this. They're looking
Mhm.
to contest this, but
Oh,
Wisdom
but
was
Wisdom was going in as well. Soul does not care whatsoever. But from behind, from downtown, is going to be Lazuli going to go for the Idol of Duran, but it's much too late as two members go down. Soul gives his life for it, but I think that's very much worth it for uh, for the Teletigers
yeah, I really like the
or for the
decisiveness.
Golden Lions rather. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like the decisiveness of the Xin Shao pick right here, going in for Poro right there on that Lulu, a flashless Lulu for that matter. Even though it seemed like they would have to give that up, they knew the Corki was already on the way. There was also a response coming in from the Oriana, so that was a really good play.
Hmm. Hmm. And there, that gives them a little bit of time. Like once Wisdomus gets the recall, he should have a very very potent item component already completed, and that's going to make his ganks um, even harder and more potent. And now that he's gotten that level 5, he can go for these ganks as well. Can go for these 2v2s, 3v2s as well. And that Crescent Guard is going to be quite potent here coming to this. But Chaos, maybe he's trying to make something happen. Wisdomus is standing on top of a ward, so they have full intel. Chaos, though, also on that ward. So I think both teams know, and they're just kind of standing in front of each other like that Mike Wazowski with Sully's face meme.
And the potency of the wards in the early game, you really can't discount the ward placements that these players up to place these wards at, because just like that, both of the junglers were spotted out, and that's hella big because it's basically the first use of their ultimates. It gets sussed out, and they'll have to reassess where do we use or invest these ultimates in next, which will probably be in this next, not next, but this first dragon.
Oh, but Soul taking a lot of damage. Wild Growth is going to come through. Has to go for the kill, but the Plasma procs are enough to take him down. And Teletigers gets that kill here. Just in time for the Drake here. 2 seconds on the respawn timer. But yeah, I hate that you sussed because it activated neurons in my head, man. But other than that, seems like Teletigers here is able to fight back against Teletigers here, and with a Cloud Drake spawning, that is going to be an objective that they will want to pick up. Like I said, not as exciting as maybe something like Infernal or Cloud, but movement speed is going to really help out these teams.
Definitely, with a map like Wild Rift, it's very small. It's not like League PC. And it seems like the Golden Lions are a bit hesitant to commit for that Drake. They do know, I think, that Chaos was there around, so they don't want to go for that 50-50 steal. And meanwhile here, we've seen that Kaiser...
Actually, are going, yeah, they see the recall. Because I think either way, right? Because Shoti only has the VF sword at that point, I think they could have fought it. But now with the recall, it's like, okay, let's just go take it. Chaos could try and go for the steal. He does have the flash here. No, it gets secured, and yeah, it's gonna be a safe out there. Nothing too big expended outside of Golden Lions, and it seems like they're just gonna wait for the Rift Herald later. Set up for that.
Yeah, I mean, it was still a bit risky, I would say, from the Golden Lions, but they came out on top. Who's gonna complain? No one. Since that happened, it already happened. So next play right now, it seems like they want to be contesting this Rift Herald. They moved their bottom lane duo in the top side, and here we are again. It's the Garen going to stop this potential cross map play by the Teletigers.
Like Teletigers did not opt to swap their Dragon Lane over to the Baron side, and that does give CPU Golden Lions a little bit of an advantage setting up for this Herald. And this turret is very close to being taken down, but it's a Garen. Can easily ward off a lot of that as well. But he's respecting the Kai'Sa. If there's anything, right, he's respecting the Kai'Sa because Kai'Sa can go for the dive there with a plasma, eat through Tohige's HP, so they actually get the kill there. Crucial kill for Shoti. 3-1-0 means that this Kai'Sa is gonna get accelerated hard.
Yep. Wei Zhao right now is the second challenger in stopping this cross map play from happening.
Chaos taking a lot of damage. That's gonna be the hero's entrance coming in to save him, get him out of that bind, but it's a little bit too late. But no, Chaos actually lives. The damage reduction really saving his butt there. Now Dux on the run here. He makes a little bit of space for himself just by sheer damage. Rift Herald still alive and kicking, punching. She is going to be whacking these members of CP Golden Lions, but they do end up securing that. So that is kills. In exchange, they do take the bot lane turret. They do get more gold for Shoti. They lose the Herald, so now it's CPU. They're pressured to make something happen with this Baron, or rather with this Rift Herald later. And Lazuli is once again being the vanguard for that turret, preventing a hard push from the Golden Lions.
That's true. This time around, however, Gold Lead is in the favor of the Teletigers. This was not the case in the first game. It was the opposite situation. But still, the first streak did fall into the hands of the Golden Lions. So if they can secure this tech streak, that's going to be very good for them in scaling into the late game. However, something I noticed is this Jarvan, Galio, Yasuo picks, they're actually pretty good against the Xin Zhao. Because if they stay inside the radius of his ultimate, then there's going to be no damage at all being mitigated. So that's something to consider for Wisdomus here.
Yeah, and with with Shoti's short range, it actually kind of helps in his favor that he can only attack possibly closer into that crescent guard as well. And but meanwhile, 2k gold behind and looking at the items, Bork, Static Shiv, completed here for Shoti and Kaiser. I think they're gonna be ready to fight here. Stohige now getting bullied out. Kaiser does not care, especially with the help of that Lulu. Gonna get an easy kill there. Lots of shielding, lots of armor piercing damage. And that is going to be Teletigers trying to make or rather, Golden Lions making a play here bot side with this Rift Herald in this Dragon lane. It is going to be a 4v3. They are conceding it, but they're trading back the turret top side most likely. Can they make something happen? Oh, Killer Instinct onto mid lane here. Weezhou taking a lot of damage, but with a command protect and not enough intel on the side of Golden Lions. It's going to be them. Hero's Entrance, though, taking a lot of damage. Wisdom was cutting it close there. Cutting it close there with a turret, but he does get the revenge kill, punishing Shoti's overindulgence there in the mid lane and his killer instincts.
Would secure that kill right there is actually a really beautiful explosive cast by Soul to bring back Shoti to face his demise, you know, as we are now facing the second Infernal Drake already spawned. Both of these teams will definitely contest this. In terms of team fighting though, there are no ults for Galio, so it's gonna be hard for the Teletigers to find a great fight, and there's a package up for Golden Lions on the contrary.
There's no shockwave, but it is going to come off cooldown very soon. Actually, going to come up and cooldown just now. No Crescent Guard, no explosive cast, but this Scuttle is going to get secured by the Teletigers. Should give them a little bit of a home field advantage on that Drake. Golden Lions, though, setting up. They're cutting Teletigers in half here. They're threatening, okay, if you don't get off that Drake, we're going to go for Shoti. So then now, with that maneuver, they've actually secured this mid lane, but in comes the Flag and Drag in the Cataclysm as well. Wisdom is taking a lot of damage. Audacious charge onto Poro here, gonna try, but he's gonna go down. Kaiser gets a return kill as well, but he's gonna come through with a Flag and Drag as well onto Duxon. This could be dangerous, but Valkyrie out. It's gonna be easy double kill here, coming on to Shoti. Triple kill now onto this Kaisa. Hyper accelerated, hypercharged marksman right now. Soul and Weezhou, can they make something happen onto this Drake? Justice Punch is going to come through. Winds of War to keep Soul out of the picture. A lot of shielding onto Weezhou, but that is going to be a Void Seeker. He sets up for the smash as Galio comes in. Lazuli flashes for that, and Weezhou has to flash himself, but now it's going to be Teletigers with a solid lead here, taking the Infernal. Kind of extends their gold lead technically, so take a look at this ROG replay.
Ooh, that was Lazuli Shoti show, as we see here. Shoti really doing what he's been doing best throughout the tournament so far, dishing out that consistent DPS. Really nice taunt coming in from Lazuli to secure the team fight win. But we didn't catch a replay of that beautiful Void Seeker setup like you mentioned, that set up the flash smash for Lazuli like there.
Yeah, and this does set up like 6-2-1 is very comfortable. Getting the board, getting the IE as well, and already getting your components into like a mortal reminder at this point means that Shoti just shreds through Tohige. And since Wisdomus is building like Phoenix into that Nashus with the Triforce as well, there's not a lot of frontline potential there. And with Soul going for Ludens here, there's not as much tankness as they would like in the front line. So Golden Lions is, with this comp, is kind of playing a bit of a aggressive Teletigers style right now. And with the Baron up and running, this is Teletigers to take because they have the Kaisa with like 2.5 items.
Yep, that right, you are right there, but you know, this game is far from over. It's a 3k gold lead, 3.5k gold lead in favor of the Teletigers. They are set up right now in a 1-3-1 situation. However, the mid lane tier 1 tower is still up for the Golden Lions, and they do have the wave clear coming in for that with that Orianna, so it's gonna be hard to take down. So I feel like Teletigers, they have to kind of take control over the top or bottom side of the jungle of the Golden Lions. And they're doing just that. It's a bit too shallow, I would say, but still, I think they can potentially find a big thing.
Oh, but it seems like they have found the Killer Instincts to the back line as well. Skips over to Weezhou. That is going to be Shoti taking down that Shoti, and that's going to be Wisdomus getting taken down as well. The Dimash Injustice not gonna come through and deal the execution damage. Gives over the triple to Shodi, and that is going to be a triple once again to this Kaisa. And that's going to be setting up a 6k gold lead with Baron on the table. And like I said, this is going to be very fast when Shodi starts shooting.
From shooting, yes, it's gonna be a fast back. Oh, flash in!
Oh, so a little bit dangerous, but he's tanky. He is going to be able to try and take this as well. Disruption is the name of the game, but not tanky enough to Shodi, who just eats up his HP. But Wisdomus flashes in a little bit too risky of a play. He gets taken out. And that is going to be Baron secured by the Teletigers while getting those exit frags against the Golden Lions. I believe Golden Lions really wanted to disrupt that, maybe take advantage of that Baron play, but really kind of backfired in their against their favor.
Yeah, it's a play that required a very high risk appetite right there for the Golden Lions, and they took it, but it didn't pay off. So given that it was a very high risk play, it not paying off means that they eat the full brunt of the repercussions of that. So right now it's a fully baroned up Teletigers squad, 8k gold lead. Next Drake about to spawn. And Teletigers, they've set themselves up to come back strong from a 0-1 deficit. Let's see if they can actually execute their macro play properly.
Because Corki or Yana can be quite scary once they start scaling up here, but with how accelerated Shodi is, they just have to keep him alive. So they missed the mid lane finally, since they were able to get that Baron. They finally get this mid lane as well. Mountain Drake is going to be spawning. Golden Lions is kind of funneled in their base here, being caged right now with the pressure of that Baron. And it's just going to be Chaos taking that down while the rest of his team focuses on the other objectives. Mountain Drake, not really too big here to get that much resources. It's more important for them to try and take down these inner turrets while they have this Baron.
Yep. They're slowly getting on top of it. Right now, Chaos will be rejoining his team ever so soon here. It's gonna be a 2-lane focus, leaving the Baron lane open actually. So
it's actually pushing against them that top side, but I don't think they care. They're just gonna go in with a hero's entrance, knocking up Tohage, focusing on the turret here. It's still halfway through, but it seems like they're gonna go in a little bit too deep as the last breath is gonna be his last breath here. And that's gonna be a turnaround by the Golden Lions, a little bit too deep by the Teletigers. Shodi goes down. Moro is gonna be the next target here, and that is going to be tough picking up those kills. Consolation to Wisdomus as well. And with 30 seconds on the clock, I think this has to be at least an inhib. Maybe not the game, but perhaps the inhib. Actually, 20 seconds on the clock, and they're gonna break it fast. That's gonna be the Sheen procs from that Triforce gonna come through. 10 seconds on the clock now for Chaos and Kaiser, but they are going for the win. A very low here, and they're actually Wisdom was taking a lot of those hits, but I don't think they can go for the next just yet. But the inhib is a big swing, while keeping their own inhib alive means that they have natural pressure on the mid lane. And check out how that fell apart for Teletigers.
Yeah, this was already after the point where Chaos went in for that Cataclysm. I'm not really sure what the call there was. Personally, wouldn't have made that call because they would eventually take down that tier 3 tower, but just a really big overstep by the Teletigers right there, and a really great punish by the Golden Lions right there. The Teletigers wanted to take down that inhibitor tower, but the Golden Lions were actually the team who took down theirs. So great job by the Golden Lions.
After the hero's entrance only hitting Tohage, I feel like that was a time where they go, okay, we missed our shot, we should back up and just go for the turret. Now, with Baron up at this point, they are still 5k gold ahead. If you look at Shodi's inventory, that's pretty much full build, almost full build, like 5 out of 6. But here, Golden Lions has some crucial items, right? Like, of course, the Muramana has been charged up for a while. The IE on Dux is a huge source of that damage. With Rabadons on Bijao, and I think that tier is right about charged up. So once he gets that gold for the staff, he's gonna be rising to the heavens. So kind of dangerous here for Teletigers. This is still in their lead, but they have to be very careful. They're treading dangerous waters.
Yeah, but as long as Shotty is able to shoot her guns at a safe distance, being empowered by Poro and that Lulu as well. It's not gonna take a long time to shred down this Garen who is 1 and 5. So I
Mhm.
think Teletigers are still in prime position to take
Oh
control,
yeah.
but still, like you said, Golden Lions, the longer the game goes, this Oriada, this Corki, they will definitely be wreaking havoc. Look at this though.
Oh,
Oh
that
no!
rush though,
Oh
Shody gets
no!
punched out there. That's gonna be the knockup. Pops the GA Heroes enters come through, but a Cataclysm to try and play the turret. Chaos is actually doing a very good job, but Tohage is doing the same, but he's getting shredded down. Tohage has to run out with him, though. With that present
Oh!
guard keeping him alive for so long gives Golden Lions the space as Dux comes in, comes for Boro, polymorphs him, uses the minions as a body shield, as a flesh shield, but now Kaiser gonna try and clutch it out as this wind wall try block those
Oh!
projectiles, but from behind, Wisdomus just stabs him. Spears are better than katanas, my boy. And that is going to be the Golden Lions marching down mid. Through the Nexus, 20 seconds on the death timers means that CPU Golden Lions with a flourish, with a death brush. Teletigers throws that lead, and Golden Lions 2-0 puts Teletigers at the back. Their backs to the wall now. Unbelievable.
Oh my gosh, that was not the. I don't really
Uh,
want to highlight it, but um,
oh,
that's gonna gnaw at the back of your mind after that,
that's the
if you're.
worst way to lose game two when you're one game behind in the best of five, right? To lose
And,
it by not checking the brush with Void Seeker.
and I believe that they lost that game while they had the gold lead. I'm not really sure. At the very least, before that team fight, they still had a really big gold lead, but. Oh man, what a disaster. I don't really want to play it down, but
Mhm.
it's really
That
gonna
was,
be it's gonna be up to the
oh
Teletigers
man.
to reestablish their composure, after something
Yeah,
like that. That's
yeah.
pretty difficult to come
That,
back from.
that's why I said that's the worst way to lose game two when you're one game
Yeah.
behind in the best of five. To get caught. That wasn't even like a real death brush play. That was just them seeing where Shoti was going. But man, Golden Lions, uh, they were in that game. Like that, even with the 5K gold lead, that's Golden Lions still composed. I think that's a lot of the leadership, or not the calls from Soul as well, as you mentioned, right? He has that experience, he has that skill under his belt, and look at our pick'ems, 50-50. I mean, we have a lot of fans from Visayas as well, and I believe the Golden Lions are um, a really giving their support to their CPU squad. Meanwhile, of course, Teletigers, you can't count them out when it comes to support from the viewers because they're going to try and give them their energy. And Teletigers needs that kind of energy, man, because Teletigers not looking good in this game. They had a very solid opening, but that big blunder, it's kind of like blundering your queen come late game. Oh man, because Shodi was like super accelerated as a hyper carry.
I mean, what I do say to my players who were at Tyrant Esports, the first job of the Dragon Lane carry is to farm up well, not die while farming. Second job is to actually stay alive, and the third job is to deal damage. You can't deal damage if you're dead. So
Mhm.
gotta up the discipline there in the skill check department. Gotta check those brushes, not really face checking, but still, best of five again, and
Oof, tough.
reverse sweep time. It's reverse
Mhm.
sweep time for the Tula Tigers. It's now or never. This isn't a double elimination. So, uh,
Mhm.
yeah.
You got this one best of five shot to make it to the grand finals here, and now is the time for Teletigers to clutch it out. Maybe, I mean, maybe, yeah, like you said, they need to really polish up, checking those brushes. Like, it's just those are just like Wild Rift fundamentals, right?
Mm.
And with how small Wild Rift's map is, like because of the scale, it's all of these death brushes are much deadlier because you have less space to work around with, and you really have to use your skill shots because just check those as well. Maybe it's time for. I mean, Paro hasn't been really doing bad, but maybe bring out Furious as well for game three. That could be possible. Would be nice to see Furious play for Wild Rift here um, in this game, but we'll see. Golden Lions, they have the momentum.
Yeah, momentum definitely in their hands, 2-0 right now. They were coming into this matchup as the crowd favorites, even the favorites of the casters. It seems like right now it's not looking to be a repeat of yesterday's case where the underdogs for both quarterfinals came out on top, you know. But still, Teletigers, I know they have it in them to, you know, pull out the best versions of themselves. And I think they
Mhm.
did just that during the second game. It's just that the follow through, the focus kind of dropped right there. There was a lapse, and that's why it's very very important to keep your composure, to keep your calmness, your focus all throughout the game. The job's not done
Mhm.
until the game is won. So,
Oh yeah,
you know,
you gotta follow through on that. I mean, man, reverse sweep though. The thing with Wild Rift at least is that games are shorter, so you could say that it's less draining. But also because it's shorter, there's a lot more pressure in each minute to make something
right.
happen for your team. So there's that kind of interplay as well, which kind of evens out. And the pressure, man, like that's going to really weigh on the Teletigers' shoulders. They have to rise up. They have the potential to do that. I mean, they overcame their opponents in the quarterfinals. Now is the time to bring that spirit up at this point.
Yeah, and I think they just need to play the way they played during the second game, because I think they actually executed very well their comp right there. It's just that they dropped the ball a bit too many times, you know, giving up their lead too much, kind of throwing, you know, making the wrong calls, even though they were in a position to, you know, just play the macro game
Hmm.
textbook and not make any mistakes.
Yeah.
So I think they don't really need to. I hope they don't overthink it, I guess.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
not
Just
really
get
flip.
past that
Right.
mental reset and then
Yeah.
get into game three thinking thinking that okay, for Golden Lions now it's like a best of one. For Teletigers, they have to win 3 games in a row, right? That kind of thinking. So like pressure themselves, but don't overthink it to the point where they fall apart because of their previous mistakes in the game. And that's really what's important in a best of five. And since this is like AcadArena's first like Wild Rift League, this is going to be like this is the test, right? This is like stress testing for our teams for
Just
these best of fives, right? Like in this kind of competitive environment, you really need to go all out.
yeah, I feel like the players are going all out in this sort of environment. And by the way, this environment, University Alliance Cup, this wouldn't be a thing without our amazing sponsors and partners. So we'd like to take the time to thank them once again. This is powered by Globe Telecom, our official telco sponsor. ASUS ROG Phone 5, our presenting sponsor. Logitech G, our gear partner. Riot Games, our publishing partner. Last but not least, Twitch Student, our platform partner. So thank you guys.
Yeah, it's got to be presented by Asus, our Asus Republic of Gamers as well. So we are powered by the reigning king of gaming smartphones, the ROG Phone 5. You know the drill. It's got a Qualcomm Snapdragon 888, 144 hertz AMOLED display, a massive 6,000 mAh battery. So you got to take that gaming experience to the next level. And it's hashtag for those who dare. So check out rog.acadarena.com. And of course, check out the Logitech G products as well at logitech.acadarena.com. If you're looking to supercharge your gaming setup so you can hashtag keep playing, check out Logitech's amazing gaming gear at logitech.acadarena.com. And speaking of Logitech products, we're giving away Logitech G products here. So if you check out AcadArena on TikTok, follow at AcadArena on TikTok. The first 1,000 followers we get, you'll have a chance to win some
Ooh.
prizes from our weekly giveaways, and it's gonna be Logitech G products as I've heard. So just check that out. So, man, I mean, they've got good content. I mean, I've seen it, and we've got some cameos from our prod people like Eugene over at the Filipino broadcast. Not Eugene as in Dash, but Eugene as in the prod guy behind the screen. He's the face of that
Experience.
of the Acad Arena TikTok. So check that out. It's actually really
Ooh.
funny. But we're getting into game three very, very soon, and it now is the do or die. When you said best of fives were do or die, it's not do or die until you're 2 games behind and 1 game and have 0 wins in the series.
Yeah, true. It's not a do or die at all. And I mean, maybe now it is for the
Yeah,
Tigers.
yeah.
But you know, I am really hoping that they were able to reset their mental right after what happened. No, we don't really need to remind anyone. I expect the same sort of bans to come in because honestly they didn't experience too much of
Mhm.
a difficulty dealing with the team comp
Yeah,
that was drafted by the Golden Lions. So
it's just that decision that ended it all, not really the draft. So I think they can
yeah,
work with the same
it's
like
the same.
philosophy in drafting, and yeah,
Galio's
the
open.
fans. But
So
the
there you
side
go.
switch is very significant
Oh wait,
because
it's
yeah.
still the same.
Oh, is it still the same?
It's still the same, yeah. It's still CPU red site, so
Oh
it's
yeah, yeah.
gonna be the Galio first pick
Yeah.
being secured by the Teletigers once again. But
Mhm.
this time around, it's gonna be the Garen being picked up earlier, I believe.
Mhm.
It's not the Gragas and the Corki, so first it's gonna be the Garen.
Mhm.
Oh
Okay,
wait,
so it is a Gragas. Okay, so they
never
swapped.
mind.
They were just hovering the Garen here.
Okay,
They
yeah.
could actually try and rethink the Garen because if things go the exact same way with like Yasuo against Garen with the ganks coming in as well, Yasuo actually has a pretty good way of dealing with the Garen. Like, go get that last breath armor pen.
Oh, please,
Well,
Renekton.
oh, Renekton, yeah.
We haven't
Oh,
seen that yet.
we
Please,
haven't seen
please.
it,
Yes, it
but
gets locked in.
okay, so diverging timelines here. They still have the Jarvan Galio combo. They've got the Jarvan Galio combo. They've got Renekton, and he wasn't active for a good chunk of the group stage, and he was picked like once by TUP. But now gonna see him here. It's gonna be super exciting, and still against the Garen. But now Wei Zhao goes for the
Ooh.
Zed. They're bringing it all out here with a Kaisa as well. This Gragas can still be flexed technically. Soul could pick that up, but we'll see. They're saving that. They're saving that as well. But it's gonna be a Cyrocon
Ooh.
Tigers. That is very very potent. Increased shielding as well. A very good Galio delivery system other than the Cataclysm. The Jana is gonna make that a little different with a Monsoon, but they still got so many ways to go in.
Ooh. Oh
It's
man.
exciting.
I have to give it to the draft of the Tigers. I really like this. Sire
Yes.
Rakan is very flexible, especially that Rakan can either peel or go in, and it has very good synergy with Jarvan and Galio as well. With all of the dashes, with the hero's entrance as well. Renekton is just strong by himself. And the
Mhm.
reason why he wasn't really picked up during the group stages is because it's only now that he got,
Yeah.
buffed. Plus the bone plating now being available to be
Yes,
picked
the
up
rune.
as a rune. He's actually a very scary top laner right now.
So let's see if Garen can face off against 2.3 iteration of Renekton. Got higher AD, a lot more sustain as well, and actually scales decently as the minutes go by. So maybe CPU, they're gonna get challenged in this game, and really that should be what Teletigers is doing.
Oh, look
They
at
already
this.
did it. Oh no, Kaiser. Okay, he kind of dodges that. He might not get fully knocked up here, but Dux with a plasma proc is he gonna go for it? Okay, he's not gonna greed that. But that was close. Like at the last second, Kaiser kind of smelled something and walked away from the brush.
Yeah, and this is going to be a lane swap by the Golden Lions.
Yeah,
What a very ballsy play right here. I think this is the first time we've seen this in the UACA. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
yeah, usually when CPU does something strange, it's like they send jungler, support, and marksman mid, and to push in the wave and then go for a steal on on red buff or yeah on red buff, but or whatever the start is for opposing jungler. But here it's kind of smart, you kind of give Garen a lane where he can just stay chill, and give the Renekton a more difficult lane here where he can't really bully in a 1v2, especially against a Janna.
yeah, that is true. But right now we do see the gold deal is kind of in favor of the Teletigers right here. So I'm not sure if that's working out for them that well. We do know that in pre 4 minutes, in terms of how durable these towers are, it's easier to take down the Dragon Lane tier 1 compared
Mhm.
to the Baron Lane tower. So if I don't think that's gonna be the play, but here we have a 4-man rotation to potentially take down that Renekton. But Kaiser snuffs it out.
Mhm. They do get a little bit of consolation gold as well. few planings, but here it's going to be the Teletigers actually with a vision that they propped up. They're just going to, I guess, steal each other's blue buffs at this point. This is a little bit dangerous, but I think when it comes to surviving dives, I think Renekton can handle it better than a Garen. You know, tough and courageous as Garen is, I think Renekton has a better shot at surviving these like dives, but doesn't seem like they're gonna be going for it just yet.
Yeah, no overcommits here from either of these teams. Something interesting that we have yet to touch on actually is, oh wait, Chaos is here to potentially support. But yeah, so that's fine. Wei Zhao on this set.
Zuli too.
Wait, who? Oh yeah!
Zuli. Okay, so it's like they're sending him in to cover while Kaiser maybe matches the mid lane Garen that Golden Lions has right now, since they did send Tohoge over to that side. And now Tohoge moving back to the Dragon lane. Teletiger snips this out, kind of backs off from Wei Zhao on that turret. Man, they're just dancing.
Wow.
They're dancing.
This is really good reads of tempo from both of these sides. Good shifting of lanes after soaking up the waves. I think this demonstrates pretty high level macro in the early game.
Yeah, and Teletigers is like they're really straining their brain matter here, and that's actually good. Both these teams, like I said, they're dancing. Like that kind of rotations, matching each other's rotations, sniffing out if someone's coming, backing off at the right moment. But the floodgates of battle are gonna come crashing down when this Drake happens. It's the Infernal, so it's quite vital to Wild Rift here. And that means that, okay, so the recall's going to come through for Ducks. They send Tohoge back over to the top side to face off against Lazuli. Hero's Entrance is going to be available here. It's up to Tohoge to stop that.
Yeah, and the Garen being stuck in the Baron lane means that he won't be able to use it for this dragon fight if ever Tohoge decides to lane lock this Galio, and I think he will try to. Yes, he does. So that's a very big move. Good move by Tokage here.
Crucial. He's gonna get level 7 here as well. But as this Infernal Drake is gonna come through, it's really crucial that Tohoge keeps up the pace. And he is doing that, of course, by just shoving in the wave here. Infernal Drake gonna come through. Both teams know what's up. CPU Golden Lion setting up with a Typhoon to prevent anyone from going in. Chaos shows himself with a Blast Cone, pushing Golden Lions off. Now they've taken control of the Drake. A little bit dangerous, in with a Slice and Dice in economy as well. A lot of damage coming through, and that's not one dead Wisdom as well. Wei Zhao having to run away. Chaos still trying to finish the Drake, does not get stolen by Soul. But this Kaiser, he's just Chad walking around, did have up, but look at that. Dux with a double dunk takes down the lovers of Dragon Lane. That Cyan Rakan combo, and with no fear against the Renekton, takes it back on their side. So they trade back the lives that they lost. They do lose the Drake, but man, Ducks clutch it out. That was brave of them to go after a Renekton while that low.
Yo, that was Team 1 HP right there. Golden Lions, wow. Managed to find that last second advantage. You know, that was pretty clutch. And I feel like right now, it's a very good setup for Ducks. Last game, it was Shotty and the Kaisa with a really, how do you say, significant gold lead. You know, but now it's Ducks. It's on the other team side, and this Kaisa will be able to definitely shred the Jarvan, the Renekton, the Galio very well. As long as he doesn't get changed CC'd by this Rakan, it's crucial that he does not get charmed.
And that's really Wisdomus and Soul's job, right? To keep Doc safe, especially now that he's 2-0-1. I think the Vamp Scepter could be significant here, just to clutch out, eke out a little bit more of that HP in these close situations. And with the Herald coming through, that's going to be one crucial objective that they're going to have to take here. They do have control. The Scuttle Shrine is ticking. They do start it.
Wait.
And he's ready, but they're pulling it.
So Soul likes how do you say, unintentionally pressing the monsoon. We've seen this once already in one of the previous games. So I don't know.
It signals him to get out of there.
I'm not sure if the Teletigers saw that happen, But yeah, that's gonna definitely signal
Yeah,
a reset right there. So
yeah, have to back off. But that does give the opportunity here for the members of Teletigers pick up the Black Cleaver here for Kaiser, and Black Cleaver I think is a pretty decent spot now. It's about in 2.3, and that's going to really help him out as well. Helps out Shoti once the fights start going. I think in BF Sword Executioner's Calling versus BF Sword Ex Calling Orc, he's clearly going to need all of that shredding from that Black Cleaver as well as that Zeke's from Poro to really put in that damage.
And right now, I like what Weijiao's doing. He's just keeping the Renekton busy, Kaiser busy in the side lane. He has the tempo advantage, the priority, but
Oh,
oh!
here's Andron's in the Cataclysm as well. They do secure the Rip Herald, Dog tanking it out. Justice Punch into the Winds of War takes him down, but Shodi actually secures it. It's gonna be the Blade Storm as well. Featherstorm with a Blade Collar, not yet. Waiting for Wisdom to come back out. Those feathers not gonna hit. He goes down anyways. So it's gonna be Justice Punch onto Duck. Shielding is gonna come through. Just enough Killer Instinct to try and cut off his escape. Lots of shielding, but gets shredded nonetheless. Wei Zhao, though, looking for a target death mark onto Kaiser. But easy slice and dice over the wall means that he'll be fine. But Herald secured by Golden Lions, as well as a kill traded.
Yeah, it's fine to lose the lives of the other members of Golden Lions, but what matters is Dux is still kept alive. He's up and running right now, ready to take down this tier 1 tower in the Baron lane, but it is gonna get stopped by the bottom lane duo of the Teletigers as well. So it's gonna be a reset to set up for this second Drake of the game, the second Dragon of the game, Mountain Drake. So man, Golden Lions, I think they've been pretty on point. The Tigers, they've kind of been matched in terms of team fights for this game so far.
So the thing is, yeah, Teletigers right now, they still have. I think they're still in a pretty good position, especially now that IE has been completed for Shodi. Once he gets enough gold for an attack speed crit item, that's going to be a big spike. Soul here, trying to play Disruption here as well, trying to find a Monsoon angle where he can push back one of the members of Teletigers, but with this